Hi everyone. I just finished a workshop last weekend on rewriting and reframing our stories and breathing into presence and what it actually means to be present. And I felt inspired to do a video about it. It inspired me, but it's not quite comfortable as videos are still quite outside my comfort zone, which makes filming this absolutely perfect for what I'm talking about, as I'm determined to change that story and show up fully in my presence with you here on video. And as I contemplated that topic, the idea of both rewriting our stories and what it really means to be present, I saw a quote of mine in an old blog, and it was, "Life is about standing in the fire while at the same time being bigger than the flames." And I see this this is a similar idea to being present in the center of a storm, which is calm, yet everything around it is in chaos. And this inner stillness is always there, and we can make it part of our regular experience of life. Life is what it is. Life is life. And some people have this misconception that as we become more aware, as we awaken, as we become more present or centered, that life becomes less stressful, chaotic, or drama-filled. But life carries on. This is really just not true. Life still happens, but how we see it, how we respond to it, is what actually changes. When we are fully present and able to experience that inner stillness that is always there and bring into our conscious awareness that which is unconscious, then we no longer see life through the same lens. Our perception is forever shifted, and the drama may still be around us, but we are no longer drawn into it. We stand in this place of detachment, but responsive and present to the deeper understanding of what is. And yes, true presence transcends all understanding ultimately. Yet since we are both, human beings, I find it really helpful for myself, or when I'm working with clients, to both use tools like inquiry that reframe our human stories, that transcend our human conditioning, patterns, concepts, and beliefs, as well as learning and maintaining a regular practice that brings us into our bodies, that transcends our human experience and taps us into source. It connects us with that inner stillness. And I see both of these tools as really a perfect pairing for a path of conscious evolution. Most of the population, and even probably most of our upbringing, has placed so much value on the mind and developing our intellectual capacity, our intellectual knowledge, and a continuous need to strive for more, to achieve more. And we even start this by teaching kids from a very young age to use their mind, to recite the alphabet, to learn their ABCs, or to know what a chicken or a cow says. But how often do we teach children to listen to their bodies, to develop and trust their intuition, or to tap into their inner strength and wisdom, that internal guidance system that is built in all of us, that is within all of us? And because of this lack of balance in developing both our inner and our outer worlds, people are caught up in being busy and avoiding that which is uncomfortable. And This constant striving for more and barely managing life as it is ends up to the point where people have forgotten how to truly live, how to listen, like I said, to their inner voice and embrace life, and to really truly feel empowered instead of enslaved by it. We have become these human doings instead of human beings. And this pattern of trying to be everywhere else except where we are, or caught up in the 1,001 things that we need to do, regretting the past or worrying about the future, avoiding that which is uncomfortable, living in denial, being addicted to drama, or stuck in distractions like drinking or Netflix or, tapped into YouTube all the time, means that we're missing out on the richness of life, on our purpose for even being here. When we start to bring unconscious, habitual ways of being and thinking into our conscious awareness through the use of inquiry and becoming present to the stillness within, we experience the miracle, the grace, the ease that actually exists in each moment. This is when we can stand in the fire and be bigger than the flames. We can be calm and we can be clear in the center of the storm. We're able to be fully engaged in life, seeing and seizing the natural opportunities for growth and awakening in each moment. We get to respond to life's situation instead of living in a constant state of reactions, barely able to keep our heads above water. We're just treading water. We get to actually, we're stuck on this hamster wheel. We get to actually embody the concepts that life is happening for us, not to us. Or, there's another one, we're not given more than we can handle. There's a few quotes like that, but we get to actually embody them instead of just, one day we, post this inspiring quote on social media, and then the next day we're being disgruntled with our life. And there's, they really conflict with each other. Our mind and our intellectual understanding of things on the conceptual level is simply a guideline. It's a pointer to something that we're really truly meant to experience and embody, and not just understand intellectually. We actually can't. We have a concept of it, but actually, until it's embodied, until it's experienced, that intellectual understanding, it's just that pointer. And hanging on to it as a concept, idea, or quote versus embodying it are two very different things. Culturally, the emphasis on intellectual knowledge, the conditioning to constantly strive to avoid painful situations is a trap, and it impedes our ability to be present and to experience our inner stillness and strength. There was a quote I recently heard from Eckhart Tolle, and it says that we've ended up mistaking the signpost for what it points to. And if we are evolving at all, our ideas and intellectual knowledge, our experience and our actual relationship to our bodies, our spiritual understanding of how the world is flowing and changing and morphing all the time. Yet the essence of who we are is present in the center of all of those changes, like the calm in the center of the storm. When we are And when we get attached, identified, and we really hang on to these ever-changing concepts of our world, we find that that which once served us now actually impedes us. It stops us from growing. When we are stuck in this identification, we also mistake the concepts for the embodiment of the experience. This trap of the mind ends up dragging us along instead of using the mind for its truest purpose. We were meant to use it instead of it using us. And on the flip side, when we let go, when we are present in the moment, when we become present to and accept what is as it is, we actually find that which maybe we, intellectually thought, or concepts we thought that once stopped us, maybe it damaged us, actually could very well be our truest catalyst for growth and awakening. Our capacity to navigate life's challenges and struggles and come out thriving is equal to our ability to bring our unconscious, fragmented parts into our conscious awareness, to become present to our inner stillness, to transcend the human conditioning. This inner stillness and presence is our birthplace for happiness, for fulfillment, for wholeness and grace. Most things in life are in a constant state of change, yet some things are just simply eternally true. And presence is where you find that inner stillness, that eternally true you, the essence of who you are, beyond the conditioning, the beliefs, the labels, the stories, the roles that we play. This you is not changed or bent by your human experience, but rather embraces it as your catalyst for awakening to who you are. This you really embraces that role, the roles that we all have in life, really shows up for them and plays that role well, but is not identified by the role. This you is infinite and doesn't get caught up in the ever-changing melodramas of life. You're able to stand in the fire and be bigger than the flames. This you seeks to find the gifts, the insights, the transformations in each moment, no matter what they look like, because you know that there's hidden treasures and gems to be found in every moment. And this shift in awareness allows you to actually be able to see them. The ability to be present and connected to this inner stillness as you move through life is the source of your power. When we're focused on the external world, we're giving up our power. When we're connected to our internal world, we are empowered. This silence is an inner stillness is always there. Anytime that we feel lost or caught up in the demands and busyness and stresses of life, or maybe when we've forgotten our way or lost awareness to this inner stillness and connection to who we really are, we can always return. We can always find a way to come back to that present moment, bring our awareness to that inner stillness within, to the inner strength, is always there at the core of our being. Underneath those should be's and have to's and reactions and stories about the world and how we need to be in it. And I invite you, like, just right in this moment, maybe just take a second right now to close your eyes and see if you can't notice the stillness that resides in you in this moment. Become aware of the you that is listening to my voice. Witness that part of you that is listening and aware. And as you sit with that experience of witnessing this inner stillness, see if you can't be aware of this stillness and the outer world at the same time. This ability to be present to the stillness while simultaneously moving through and experiencing life opens the doorways to greater ease, to grace, to happiness and fulfillment, because it's the source of all of those experiences. It's the calm in the center of the storm. It's being able to stand in the fire and be bigger than it. If you have any questions about the content of, presence, of inquiry, of that inner stillness, or maybe you have questions about developing a personalized meditation or inquiry practice, then please add your comments, add your questions in the comment section. Or you can fill out an Ask Kelly link. I'll put it into the video description. And with that, have a blessed day, and I'll see you next week.